Hello students, let us continue with the chapter Abraham Lincoln. The Constitution of America is based on the equality of man. Therefore, there was no place for slavery in that country. Lincoln was elected president in November 1860. He wanted to solve the problem of slavery. During Lincoln's presidency, the southern states seceded from the Union because they were against the abolition of slavery. On the other hand, Lincoln and the northern states were against slavery. 6 weeks after becoming president, the Civil War began. This put the unity of the country in danger. In this war, the northern states, which stayed in the Union, fought the southern states called the Confederacy. The southern states were prepared to form another country, but Abraham Lincoln wanted the states to be united. The southern states were against abolition of slavery. They did not want to abolish the slavery. They wanted it to be in United States of America, and therefore they left the Union, whereas northern states wanted to finish slavery, just like Lincoln. And so a war started, that is Civil War, which means a war for making a single country, not separate one. The Civil War was fought between northern states, which were with Union or political party, and the southern states, which had left the Union, the political party, and so they wanted a separate country. But Abraham Lincoln did not want, he wanted to be united, all the states. The Civil War lasted from 1861 until 1865. Abraham Lincoln faced many problems. He wanted to preserve the unity of the country at any cost. Finally, a civil war broke out between the northern and the southern states. He fought the war bravely and declared a nation cannot exist half free and half slave. He won the war and kept the country united. On January 1st, 1863, Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation, which eventually led to the freeing of all slaves in USA. During the Civil War, Lincoln gave many speeches, including the Gettysburg Address, a short speech in which he stated how a country must be dedicated to human freedom in order to survive. During the presidency of Abraham Lincoln, there were many problems, and he faced them courageously. And then suddenly the Civil War started or broke out, and Lincoln fought it courageously and won. After winning, he declared a nation cannot exist half free and half slave, just like water and fire cannot exist together. After he won the war, he issued Emancipation Proclamation. Here, Emancipation Proclamation means an act of setting free from slavery. He proclaimed that no one will be slave now onwards, and slaves will be freed. During the Civil War, he gave many short speeches where he said that a country must be dedicated. Here, dedicated means devoted or committed to human freedom so that people may live peacefully or people may survive. Lincoln was re-elected president in 1864, defeating Democrat George B.M.C. Cleland. He was not against anybody and wanted everybody to live in peace. He made sincere efforts to heal the people's wounds caused by the war. In 1862, Lincoln declared that from then onwards, all slaves would be free. This made him very popular among the people. General Robert E. Lee from the Confederacy surrendered to General Ulysses S. Grant from the Union on April 9, 1865, effectively ending the Civil War. President Lincoln was shot on April 14, 1865 by John Wilkes Booth, an actor, at Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C. Lincoln had been watching a play there. Lincoln died the next morning. He was the first U.S. president ever assassinated. Lincoln was very powerful president. He was very powerful ruler, and so he was re-elected as president, defeating George in 1864. Lincoln wanted everybody to live in peace, so he made well the wounds of the people, and he proclaimed nation as slaves-free nation. And so he became very popular among the people. Everyone liked him. He became very famous. General Robert, who was from the Confederacy. Confederacy means he was not with the Union. He accepted that he was defeated by the northern states, and thus civil war came to end, or civil war was over. Unfortunately, in 1865, President Lincoln was shot by John Wilkes Booth, an actor at Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C., as he was watching a drama or a play. Lincoln was the first president who was murdered or assassinated for political reasons.